1 Paris Saint-Germain vs Rennes prediction, team news, lineups preview. Now boasting a seemingly uncatchable lead at the top of the Ligue 1 table, reigning champions Paris Saint-Germain continue their march towards glory at home to Rennes on Sunday afternoon. Les Parisiens bested Nantes 2-0 last weekend in a contest overshadowed by the latest developments in the Kylian Mbappé saga, while Julian Stéphan's side were knocked out of the Europa League by AC Milan on Thursday. Match preview. Several eyes were fixated on the PSG bench at the Stade de la Beaujoire last weekend, where soon-to-be erstwhile Parisian Mbappé took his seat in the wake of informing the club that he would finally be completing a much-anticipated exit at the end of the season. With the 25-year-old watching on from behind Luis Enrique's technical area, PSG rode their luck against Nantes and required a fortuitous deflected strike from Lucas Hernandez to draw first blood on the hour mark. Before Mbappé stripped down, won a penalty and converted from 12 yards to end a turbulent week with a customary goal. Mbappé, who is now understood to have shaken hands on a transfer to Real Madrid, returns to the Parc des Princes cauldron for the first time since the revelations this weekend. Whether he will be given a harmonious or hostile reception remains to be seen. But there are still plenty of reasons for PSG fans to smile. Last weekend's success over Les Canaries sees Enrique's men hold a 13-point advantage over second-placed Brest at the summit of the Ligue 1 table. And Les Parisiens have won all 5 of their fixtures across Ligue 1, the Champions League and the Coupe de France since the start of the month. Unbeaten in 18 straight matches, the reigning French champions have to go all the way back to November 7 for the last time that they suffered a beating, losing 2-1 to AC Milan in the Champions League, and their upcoming visitors can now empathize when it comes to Rossoneri reverses. Having been humbled in a 3-0 defeat at San Siro in the first leg of their Europa League playoff tie, only a repeat of the miracle of Istanbul could save Rennes continental bacon at Rosen Park on Thursday evening. And the fervent home crowd certainly had faith in their side's ability to pull off a monumental fightback. The Rouges et Noirs faithful's optimism was initially well placed, as Benjamin Bourigeaud opened the second leg scoring with just 11 minutes on the clock. But Luka Jovic replied to the Frenchman's effort before Raphael Leo also came up with a response to his second of the night. A Bourigeaud-inspired Rennes still went down swinging, as the 30-year-old completed his hat-trick from the penalty spot, but a gritty 3-2 success over the Italians would only prove to be a consolation reward as Stéphan's men packed their bags and left the Europa League for another year. However, Les Rouges et Noirs are making great strides to ensure a place on the continent for 2024-25, winning each of their last 6 Ligue 1 fixtures to surge up to 7th place in the standings. Now just 4 points worse off than 4th-placed Lille and 5th-placed Monaco. That streak has also seen Rennes triumph in 3 successive away battles versus Clermont, Lyon and Le Havre. But not since 2007, a sequence which included victory at PSG, have the visitors won 4 straight Ligue 1 games on the road, and the champions prevailed 3-1 at Rosen Park in October to end a 2-game losing streak versus their Breton foes. Team news. After being withdrawn in the 70th minute of last weekend's success over Nantes, PSG captain Marquinhos did not participate in full training with the team on Thursday, while fellow centre-backs Presnel Kimpembe Achilles and Milan Skriniar ankle are also sidelined. Layvin Kurzawa back and Sergio Rico head trauma are also taking up spots in the host's medical room. But Nuno Mendes is seemingly on the verge of a comeback from his long-term hamstring issue, having been able to practice with his colleagues this week. Whether Mbappé's demotion to the bench against Nantes was transfer or fitness-related is unknown. The latter scenario is plausible given PSG's Champions League exploits, and a return to the first 11 surely awaits the Frenchman on Sunday. From current PSG attackers to a former Parisian marksman, Arnaud Calimuendo is available for Ligue 1 service again after missing last weekend's success over Clermont due to yellow card accumulation, as is fellow striker Bertug Yildirim. Fabien Rieder foot and Enzo Luffy hamstring are not expected back from their injuries until some point in March, and while no new concerns have arisen from the clash with Milan, Stefan will certainly need to have a closer look at his troops for any bumps and bruises. With fewer than 72 hours to recuperate, Ludovic Blas and Azor Matusiwa will come into contention to freshen up the midfield, while Guela Dewey could cede his place at right back to the returning Aladou Saidu. Paris Saint-Germain possible starting lineup: Donnarumma, Hakimi, Pereira, Beraldo, Hernandez, Lee, Ugarte, Vitinha, Dembele, Kolo Muani, Mbappe. Rennes possible starting lineup: Mandanda, Seydu, Omari, The Eight, Truffert, Bourigeaud, Santa Maria, Blas, Guiri, Calimuendo. Terrier. We say, Paris Saint-Germain 3-1 Rennes. Rennes have often possessed the recipe for success against PSG in recent times, and in spite of their agonizing European exit, there ought to be no issues with confidence in the visitors' camp amid their otherwise exceptional streak of form. However, fatigued legs coming up against a refreshed and on-song PSG unit could be a recipe for disaster instead. And we have complete faith in the champions to capitalize on their opponents' continental exertions to take another step towards title glory. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.